All right. Hello, everybody. This is Jennifer, and this is Testimonial Tuesday once again. I have my special guests, Truette and Nancy Dobson, with us. You can wave and say hi. So as you all know, if we are meeting for the first time, again, my name is Jennifer Lynn, and I have a passion to help people sleep better, feel better, and live better through natural health and wellness. And I like to come on here once a week to talk about basically just this amazing product I found that is helping so many people get their lives back, which is just heartwarming and awesome. As I've mentioned in the past with other videos, that we are hand tied as to what we are allowed to say, so we're not allowed to mention disease names. So what we do is just simply describe how we felt prior to taking this amazing oil and how we're feeling after we're taking this amazing oil. And you can read between the lines as far as what people are dealing with. So, and I'm going to add. Just want to bless somebody today. So I'm going to add in here that if you either comment on the video where you are listening from, if you tag somebody in the video who needs to hear a message of hope, or if you are already a customer of ours using this amazing oil and you want to share how this product is helping you, any of those will get you into a drawing to win a free sample pack. So we'll do that probably in the next day or two. So without further ado, Truette, tell us kind of how you got involved, how you got introduced to this amazing oil, and kind of where the journey that it's taken you on, because it's been a good one.
All right, sure has been. Like Jennifer said, my name's Truette Dobson. I'm from Seneca, South Carolina, and years ago I have totaled 3 motorcycles and had a lot of trouble with lower joints and the lower skeletal part of my body, and also up in here I had a lot of soreness and had the doctor cut on me in the lower part, and I just hurt all the time. And years ago I started hearing about CBD oil. I ordered a brand offline and it didn't help me. I went and found some at a local store, tried it, and it didn't help me. I tried a third brand, it didn't help me. Then I had a young lady at church. Bonnie told me one day that she had something that would help my lower part in the backside of me and my joint on my leg, because she knew I wore a brace on both when I was hurting. And so I told her, Bonnie, I tried 3 brands. It just didn't help me. But she convinced me to try hers because there's a 60-day money-back guarantee, and it's the purest on the market. And so I did. Nancy was completely opposed to the whole time I was trying it, because as a pharmacist, she was taught in pharmacy school in the 70s that hemp and marijuana are the same thing. Stay away from it. And I was a cop. I knew from doing the drug test that I worked at Clemson University, and that was one of my jobs, was testing the marijuana and what was hemp, and we knew they were different. But anyway, 3 days after I started taking it, Nancy saw me get out of bed, and there was such a difference in me. I've been on it now since March the 12th, a little better than 4 months, and I honestly feel like I'm 10 years younger than I was on March the 12th. If it happens again in the next 4 months, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I love it.
But let me get Nancy to tell you about the medical aspect of the CBD product.
Okay. When I saw it make such a big difference with Truette, I decided that I needed to really dig in and do some research on it, see what it was all about. And when you go on the internet and start searching through articles, it can be really confusing, because in the same article they just contradict each other so much of the time. But I did find some medical journals that really made sense with it. And in particular, there's a doctor over in Israel, Dr. Raphael
Meshulam.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's been working on identifying how this wonderful oil works in our body. And he is actually the one that identified the endocannabinoid system in our body, that
Yeah.
our cells have receptors for cannabinoids all throughout our bodies. And it just made so much sense to me because it sounded like the same thing that they taught us in pharmacy school about drugs going in, and that there's sort of like a lock and key system for the cells. And
Yeah.
so, um, but this oil has cannabinoids in it, which are all natural. And what they do is they open up the cells so your cells can work the way they were made to work. And
It's like the key for that lock, right?
right, the key for the lock. And it just made so much sense to me with what we had been taught in school, that I began to see the light. And I felt comfortable
Right.
knowing that there has been research done, and there's a reason. There really is a way that the oil works, and
Right.
and why it works so well for so many different people in so many different ways.
Right.
And that just made so much sense. And of course, then seeing how it had really helped Truett, that just really
And
sealed the deal for me.
I think Truett had said originally that, like going through pharmacy school, you were taught that CBD is marijuana, and stay away from it, kind of thing. So how did you get to more or less the acceptance of it? Because I was the same as you. I thought they were all the same.
Right. Yeah. Well, marijuana is high in THC, the psychoactive part, and,
Right.
and low in the CBD. And then
Right.
the CBD, of course, is CBD oil is high in CBD and low in THC, and
Right.
that just made all the sense in the world to me, and the difference in it. Yeah, I just think that it was taught that way, for so long. But going back into history and seeing that when our great grandparents were farming and everything, they farmed hemp, and it
Right.
was the cattle feed and the hog feed and the chicken feed, and then of
Yeah.
course they ate the bacon and they ate the eggs and they ate the beef, and so they were
Right.
getting it all the time. But we're not getting it in our diet anymore. So that's
Right.
why we need to supplement with the CBD oil.
Yeah, definitely. And
You
Truett, what
know,
would you say? Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's kind of funny, but it's not funny at all. But prior to 1937, when our federal government classified marijuana and hemp as the same thing because they're both cannabis plants, that's kind of like saying an orange tree and a lemon tree are both citrus trees, so they're both the same thing. We know they're not.
Right.
And our great great grandparents used to get the hemp every day in their diet, like Nancy was talking about. And I know I have to be careful what I say here, but there is a condition that we can get that starts with a C, but it destroys our cells, our bones, our organs, and people die from it. Prior to 1937, that word was almost unheard of. There's
Very true.
another word that starts with a D, and it talks about our blood and our sugar and our numbers and how they are so out of whack now. Prior to 1937, that was not a problem. My
Yeah.
mama has Alzheimer's. I can't say that. My mama has a condition that keeps her from being able to think straight because she's old.
Yep.
Prior to 1937, old people didn't have that. These
Yep.
are conditions that have come on not only caused by big pharma, but also by our food industry, the chemicals and the pesticides and all the stuff that's going in to what we're putting in our body now is destroying our bodies.
Right.
We've got to come off of it, and we need this natural supplement that God gave us. He talked about in Genesis 1:12. He put that plant on the earth for us to use. And when you start, I hope you're like me, and in 4.5 months, you're 10 years younger too.
Right, absolutely. Now, and do you have, because obviously you have gotten super excited about it to where you have now shared it with a bunch of people. In the customers that you have, because what I find is that there's one of two camps. You either take it and immediately start feeling results, or it takes a little bit for your system to basically start waking up and start feeling those results. So what do you find with the folks you share it with?
Well, I am very thankful that God made us all different. And every
Yeah.
one of us have a different metabolism. And it
Yes.
depends on the individual's metabolism. We have seen people that the first night they went to bed and they didn't wake up until
Right.
8 hours later, and they were refreshed, and they had a lot of natural stuff, like they had been eating sugar,
Right.
and but they hadn't been, and they just had it. And we've seen from that all the way to people that have taken it for 3 months and are just starting to see the effects.
Right.
But immediately, well, 3 days I started feeling better. 2 days
Right.
Nancy started feeling a difference. But
Yeah.
it's not it fixes it then you're done. Just like the other night, I was listening to something on Facebook, and I heard a young lady talk about the little places on your skin that kind of poke out and they're flabby, and
Yep.
I have them all over my neck. So
Right.
I went into the bathroom and pulled my shirt down and looked at my neck, and I don't have a one of them anymore. They're gone. I had not realized that. And I called Nancy. I said, Nancy, come look at this. And she walked in, and hers aren't gone yet. She's not been on
Right.
it as long as I have, but they
Right.
are a whole lot smaller.
Yeah.
And it's just like we keep realizing, hey, this doesn't do this anymore, but I
Right.
can do this now. And it's just everything just continues to get younger, better,
Right.
healthier.
Right.
Um, I'm just, I want to stand on the rooftop and shout about it. I feel like the good Lord put this in my lap to share with people,
Yep.
and I just can't help but get excited about it. And it's not about making money off the product. I want to share it with people. I want everyone to experience what I have.
Right. Right. But as to retirees, I'm sure it's also helping in your retirement as well.
You're right. It does. It's afforded us the honor and privilege to be able to travel more.
Right.
We enjoy going to these schools that we can now. We've been to Baltimore. We've been to no, we didn't go to
We
Baltimore.
didn't get to go to
We're
Baltimore.
going to Philly this weekend.
Awesome.
But we went to Orlando, we went to Atlanta, we went to Charlotte, we went to Nashville, and every time we go, we learn something new.
Yep.
And we just love these training sessions. We're going to the convention in October, and we can't wait for that. That is going to be so dynamic. We just can't wait to learn more, and be able to share more.
Right. The thing I love about it is it's just a whole bunch of people who probably originally had one thought of what it was, somehow got turned around and started taking it, and then got a whole different opinion of what it is, and then couldn't help but share it with or want to share it with everybody they know. So Nancy, one thing I'd be curious of asking you is, I'm sure you've seen it too. Since the 2018 Farm Bill got signed December 20th, I have seen a huge uptick in doctors being willing to talk about it, and obviously share, with their customers that, or their clients, or patients, whatever you want to call them, that they have been hearing positive things from other patients taking it. The hard part for doctors is because it's not, because it's falling under an agricultural commodity and a dietary supplement. They don't have the FDA approval, so to speak, like a drug would, to be able to say, yes, this is what I would encourage you to take. So coming from the pharmacy industry and, working in that parameter for so many years, how do you foresee the two sides kind of working together going forward?
Mm-hmm. I think more and more it's even now being started to be taught in medical schools.
That's awesome.
And I think more and more doctors, because their patients are asking about it,
Right.
are learning more and more. I think that classes are being offered to
Right.
doctors that are already in practice, so that they can learn more. We have lots of patients who say, or lots of our customers who
Right.
say that their doctors are on board with it because it's a
Right.
natural supplement,
Yeah.
but you need to take it regularly and consistently to
That's
get the
key.
best results. And so many of them are on board with it. They say, um, you you can try it. Um, we think as more and more people benefit from it and all, that it is helping all the
Yeah.
professionals get on board with it.
Right.
And I think that we're going to see more and more people being helped with it.
Yeah. It's so needed. And I mean, even if all you do is get better sleep from it, I mean, who couldn't use better sleep?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the
Jennifer,
big.
can I add something?
Please, yeah.
One thing that I really like about our company that we work with, like I said, March 12th is when we started, but the whole journey, whenever we had a question, we could turn to someone.
Right.
It wasn't long ago, a couple of weeks ago. We've never met you face
Yeah.
to face, just
Right.
here.
Right.
But so a couple, 2, 3 weeks ago, I saw something that you posted on Facebook.
Right.
And I messaged you, would you please call me, and gave you my phone number. You did. I asked my question and you answered it. And Nancy and I moved outside to watch the sunset while we talked to you. And we ended up on the phone about an hour.
Right.
After that phone call, we felt like you were just good buddy.
Right.
And then we talked once earlier today about what we're going to do tonight. And then
Right.
this is our third time to meet you.
Right.
But everyone that we have come across with this organization
Right.
wants to help people.
Right.
And that's one of the biggest things that caused us to go with this company,
Right.
other than Nancy knowing that chemically it's the right thing to do.
Right.
But this company cares, and it just means the world to us that we've got people out there that want to help us and want to help each other. And we feel the same way. We want to help people.
Right. Well, and I got to give a shout out to Barb Miller for that and the success team, because truly the camaraderie and the group and the just the family that she's successfully created among tens of thousands of people is just it's something I wouldn't have thought would actually work, and she has made it happen. So without her, none of us would be here. So, which I
We've
think
met
is awesome.
Barb. We've met
Yeah.
Barb 3 times now, and she's
Yeah.
just such a lovely person. You
She
can
is.
tell that she's got a genuine heart, and she
Yep.
wants to help people.
Yep. That's what drew me to it as well. Most definitely. All right. So once again, everybody, we just want to bless somebody today. So if you're listening, comment below where you're listening from. Tag somebody in this video who needs to hear a message of hope. Or if you are somebody who's using the product along with us and you want to share how it is benefiting you, doing any of those things will put you into a drawing to win a free sample pack. And just so you know, that includes basically a week to 2 weeks worth of oil. And then it also has small packs of the Relief Cream, the Renew Cream, and the Revive Cream. So 2 face creams, and then a topical relief cream, and then the oil, of course, itself. So I think for most of us, the oil is probably our most favorite product. What would you say your second favorite product is?
For me, it would be the Relief Cream, but the
Yeah.
oil is
Uh,
10 times more than the Relief Cream. I love them both, though.
Yep.
What about you?
Well, mine is the dog treats for our babies.
There you go.
They love it, and so I have to put it in a plug for their
Yeah.
favorite product.
I guess that's actually number one.
That's how I got started, was finding something for my yellow lab Nemo. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us today. I'm going to say hi real quick to Carol and Kelly, Mom, Peggy. We thank you guys all for joining us today. And if you have any questions, need any help, or you know somebody who wants to find out more, wants to learn more about this incredible product, introduce us to them. We're happy to help. Or if somebody shared this video with you, get back to the person who shared it with you. We're all truly just a family wanting to help other people find the relief that we have found, because it's just, it's too simple, it's too easy, and everybody should have it, in our opinion. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm so happy we finally got to make this happen, you guys.
Yay.
Good to see you, Jennifer.
Good to see you guys, too. I'll talk to you next week, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Okay. Talk to you later, Jennifer.
All right. Bye.
Bye.